So my name is Kesari Perez, and for today I'm gonna be discussing the codes for the activity student registration app. So the storage JS. So the first import here the async storage. So this is which is an asynchronous or unencrypted persistent key value storage system for the React Native, and then we have here the account storage key. So and this sets up a constant variable, the storage key, and to identify where the student data lives in the device storage. And then the export concept student data here. So this converts objects to string, and then the async storage here can only save string data. The idea is on the string here data, and then it saves the it saves to the storage, and then also it handles error, and then the student cons get student data here. So this fetches the from storage, the async storage get item here, and then also it passes back to the object, and if this data is exists, so here this is exists, then JSON value um, not equal to null, and then if no data is found, then it simply returns the null. Then also it handles errors. Then next we have the export consume of student data. So this removes the key value pair. The async storage remove item here, and then it also deletes whatever is stored under the student data, and then also it handles error. Then next, let's navigate the app.js. So the we have here the 6 imports. So these imports here are first the navigation dependencies. So imports navigation containers, and then the create native stack navigator, and then also the screen imports. We have here the home screen, register screen, save info screen, and then the navigator creation, which is the construct, and then let's move to the export default here, the function app. So the app is the main root component that executes when launching the app, and the navigation container here, the navigation wrapper that acts as the top level wrapper for the entire app, and then also we have here the navigator. So this tells the app to display the home screen first and upon launching, and then also it applies styling across the top level bar on all screens in the stack. And then let's move to the home screen. So we have the import React here, and then the second imports. From this is the core UI components, the imports basic React Native, and then also the view layout container, the text, the touchable opacity, and also the style sheet, and then the export default here, the function home screen. So this entire function here is to display the main heading at the top, the menu screen, and the primary registration button, the student registration system, the title, the primary registration form button, and then the secondary just save student information. And then lastly, the style sheet or the CSS design for the home screen. And then next, the user screen. So we have the three imports. So we have the three imports. So this imports here is the React Native focus hook. So it imports the use focus effect alongside the scroll block, and then the storage utilities, the imports get student data, remove student data, and then the fetch and delete records stored in the async storage. And we also imported here the screen state, this to initialize the student state to null, and then it will hold the student record object once it is fetched. So here, and then the student information here, then student load data, the use effect. So this focuses the lifecycle listener using the standard use effect, and only once when a component initially mounts. Then also the use effect here is the which is the ensures that whatever user returns this screen, for instance, the after editing or saving the data in the register screen. And also the load data here automatically runs to load and render the latest um okay, the latest stored na data. And then next we have the cons handle save. Uh, so this so this triggers the entire alert box asking the user to confirm deletion before writing any records. And then let's navigate to the save info screen. So our navigation focus of imports, the use effect, the use focus effect, and then the export default here is to just save students to null, and then we have the use effect. So then console data. This is to the use effect here only runs when component initially and in stack navigation screens that they mounted in the background when it navigate away. Then the use effect here also ensures that whatever the user returns to the screen, like editing and saving data, and then the cons handle delete here. So if confirmed or calls the remove state current data or to clear the record key from the async storage, and then causing the component to render and display the empty state layout without needing a page refresh. So this the if student here is to if student is null, then there's a fallback view letting the user note no save profile exists, and also it provides a quick button redirecting the user back to register screen to fill out the form. So this part also here is the display or which the properties from the student object and displays them inside the clean card layout. And also by tapping the edit data, it opens the register screen where the form automatically pre-fills with this data for updates. And when tapping the data, it executes the handle delete. Lastly, the CSS design for the save into screen the style sheet, and that's all. We are gonna now proceed the output.
So this is the output. So this is the home screen, and we have here the student registration system title, and then we have here the student registration form, and then the save student information. So first, let's navigate to the student registration form. So inside the student registration form, we have here the full name, student ID, course, year level, email address, and contact number. So let's fill it up. Full name, student ID, the course, year level, fourth year, and then the email address, and then the contact number. And then once we're done, we're just gonna uh, save it or clear the form if there is mistakes. So we're just gonna save. So after saving, then navigate to the save information button. So here, save student information. So and then it then display here the saved student data, the full name, the student ID, scores, the year level, the email address, and then the contact number. So we can so with this information or data, we can edit it or delete. If we want to delete it, we can just delete it. And if we want to edit, we can just edit the data, and then that's all.